Cost of war takes place in many forms. The environment is often one of these. There are currently 6 major ongoing conflicts being fought in the world. The Myanmar Civil War, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the JNIM-ISGS War, the Sudanese Civil War, the Ethiopian War in Amhara, and the Russo-Ukrainian War. Though it often gets drowned out, if nothing else, it is important to remember the impact on the earth from these conflicts. War is a resource-intensive endeavor. The vast quantities of fuels used create extremely high CO2 emissions, which exacerbate the greenhouse gas effect on our planet. Mass vehicle movements in combination with explosive weapons can lead to large amounts of physical damage to sensitive landscapes and hurt the biodiversity of the ecosystems. During war, damage to light industry and environmentally sensitive infrastructure, such as water treatment plants, can have crippling effects on the surrounding habitat, especially if these structures are near biologically active bodies of water. Before the onset of the Syrian civil war in 2010, between 98% of the people in cities and 92% of the people in rural areas had reliable access to safe water. Now, only 50% of the water and sanitation infrastructure is properly functioning. The disabled sanitation endangers both the people and the wildlife that rely on clean sources to survive. Unfortunately, energy infrastructure is usually the target for many military operations. Scorched earth techniques that involve the destruction of industrial, energy, and agricultural infrastructure threaten the food security and livelihood of many communities and species caught in the crossfire. These large-scale pollution incidents, whether intentional or not, lead to the contamination of the rivers, aquifers, or the sea, even having the potential to change the global weather or climate. During the Gulf War in 1991, estimates claimed that around 4 million US barrels of oil were dumped in the Persian Gulf. The slick reached a maximum size of 101 miles wide and was even 5 inches thick in some areas, making it one of the largest oil spills in history. Oil spills, even on a small scale, lead to severe health problems for the surrounding organisms, such as heart damage, stunted growth, immune system complications, and even death. The presence of military forces post-conflict can lead to additional unexpected environmental damages. For example, the use of burn pits to dispose of leftover or damaged equipment may release many volatile chemical compounds into the air, the fumes of which have been known to leave permanent health issues for the soldiers and surrounding ecosystems. During the US intervention in Vietnam, all across Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, American forces sprayed Agent Orange, a tactical herbicide meant to eliminate the thick foliage that the Vietnamese forces hid behind. Millions of acres made up of rich forests were destroyed completely. Many mangrove forests containing diverse ecosystems and endangered species were eliminated. The dioxin, an extremely toxic compound of Agent Orange, remained in the soil for decades and rendered much of the land inhospitable for plant life. At the same time, clearing landmines and other explosive remnants of war cost both time and money. So instead, many countries choose to clear off the land from development. Bosnia and Herzegovina still has around 838 square kilometers of land contaminated with explosives. The landmines make the land uninhabitable for larger wildlife and lead to greater soil degradation and water contamination. Though admittedly difficult, conflict can breed opportunities for building a more sustainable world. Addressing the environment during and after conflict can be a way of building and sustaining peace between parties. And as a whole, if there is a failure to call for greater environmental protection before, during, and after conflicts, unnecessary damage will be seen as acceptable to the general public. Thank you.